What are the proceedings and Nigeria's role in the Continental development strategies as AU Summit sets to begin?
African leaders again in Addis Ababa to decide on the future of the continent, and President Bola Tinubu is here as one of the leaders to call the shots.
VP Shatima laid affirmative investment in education.
I think of all the areas of intervention by the NEDC, one titillates my imagination, one captivates the spirit of the times, greater than this asset of this.
Also tonight, EFCC inducts professionals to boost ranks towards anti-corruption prevention, enforcement and coordination. Before joining us on this live news broadcast on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, I'm Lami Ali. Joining me from Lagos is Hingino John Adams. While Benny Adams will be giving us the latest news from the business world. Benny, what's the trending news in business?
Well, Nigeria is set to take on the rest of Africa as digital trade champions. That's the conversation ongoing in Addis Ababa now.
NTA.ng/live and on other social media platforms of the NTA displayed on your screen. We begin from Addis Ababa, where the stage is set for the 38th African Union Summit, at which President Bola Tinubu is equally set to participate for the second time. We join State House correspondent Mr. Mahab for the agenda of the summit.
Yes, it's another decisive moment for African heads of states and governments, with two major agendas before them to decide on this 38th summit coming up tomorrow. And the first one is the launching of the Free People of African Descent through reparation. The leaders are looking at some injustices and inequality done to the continent, not just from the days of colonialism, but also in the present day global order or global dynamics, and they are looking at how to African Union Commission. We have the position of chairperson, which has been zoned to the eastern part of the country, or the continent rather, and three candidates are contesting for that position. Number one is Muhammad Ali Yusuf, a 70-year-old candidate coming from Djibouti. He's been the Minister of Foreign Affairs of that country and also spokesperson for the government. And secondly, he's the former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga, who was contested for the position of President of that country a record 5 times without succeeding, though. He's contesting for this position is 80-year-old, by the way. And the third candidate is Richard Randria Mandrato from Madagascar. Is 66-year-old, by the way, and he's been a minister in different capacities.
Access to capital, it becomes very difficult for people on the African continent, everyone, but because capital is key, it became very, very dear for all African nations to now set up their own rating agency, because the rating agency set up by the West does not favor Africa. Most of the time you find investment in Africa suffering because of access to capital, and capital is key in any investment drive that can happen. Hope that we see that through, and when that happens, there's going to be a radical shift in terms of capital pull-out for investments on the African continent that will in turn drive prosperity and development.
Stability remain unattainable without a robust healthcare system that guarantees access to essential healthcare services for millions of Africans. Nigeria's First Lady Oluwani Tinubu, who stated this at a high-level meeting on domestic financing in Africa organized by Rwandan President Paul Kagame on the margins of the 38th AU Summit in Addis Ababa, called for a sustainable financing that ensures efficient mobilization and utilization of resources for short, medium and long-term impact,
saying a wealthy continent is largely dependent on the health of the people, and with the impending funding gaps occasioned by recent policy change in the United States, there is a need for the African continent to look inward for sustainable solution. This is the thrust of this high-level meeting on domestic health financing organized by Rwandan President Paul Kagame on the sidelines of the 38th African Union Summit ordinary session in Addis Ababa.
This means that sustainable finance...
Nigeria's First Lady, Oluwemi Tinubu, took the first shot at the meeting, exploring the roles of First Ladies in supporting sustainable financing for health on the continent. Sharing Nigeria's perspective on the issue, she harps on the need for a health system that guarantees access to quality health services without imposing financial hardship on individuals or households.
Africa continues to be often unpredictable and unsustainable. Instead, we must develop innovative financing strategies tailored to our unique challenges and circumstances. What is the role of First Ladies in driving change? As First Ladies, we recognize our influential position and have been leveraging our position and platform to advocate for increased government funding for health, encourage private sector investment, and engage international partners in supporting country-specific interventions.
Her status as a global and national Stop TV champion mirrors the role that First Ladies leveraging their position.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says the North-East Development Commission has placed itself on the positive side of history for going beyond infrastructure development to investing in education and green technology through the Accelerated Senior Secondary Education Program, ASEP. He said this during a meeting with the management team of the NEDC, who came to brief him on the level of work on the ASEP project as the presidential villa, Abuja. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila reports.
Accelerated Senior Secondary Education institutions across the 18 senatorial districts of the Northeast is redefining the educational system in the region, courtesy of the Northeast Development Commission. This meeting is to update the Vice President on the status of the Accelerated Senior Secondary Education Program, describing it as the actual game changer in the age and time. Applauding the generative platforms, saying they are going along in revolutionizing the learning experience.
This ASEP is a soft investment. It's really a game changer because in other parts of the world they are embracing digital educational tools because of the numerous benefits it offers. From improved knowledge retention because BR concept enables students to engage in remote learning.
To collaborate and ensure efficiency.
We are looking at so many angles through which we can solve the multifaceted problems we have inherited as a country in the educational sector, especially in the Northeast. The issues arising out of the insurgency, depletion of the numbers of teachers, infrastructure, and issues like that.
We do not import technology. We actually produce homegrown. So it's relatable, it's authentic. It also provides, it was done in Nigeria by Nigerians. So there's an opportunity for content creators to also come.
The Development Commission has commenced the process of reviving teacher training education in the region, and a unit within the commission to handle training and capacity building across the educational ecosystem, establishing 18 ICT from the State House. Abdulrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
The 6 governors from the Southwest region have agreed to establish a food inflation joint monitoring team to check activities of... Please do stay with the NTA.
We all have big dreams, so start up your own. Download and control your line with Glow Cafe, the inter-service app. Free activation bonus lets you post your content online. Get additional data allowing you to gift and share data. 100% bonus on every recharge lets you unlock your creativity, recharge airtime, and enjoy live support chat with Gloria. Special data bundles let you turn that demo into a smile.
Into a smile. Change, no thanks. Change, no thanks. Into yes, please. Resolve into yes, please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra Oil, or pure Terra Oil, or pure love.
If you want to become something,
Love.
If you want to become something, become a child again. Why be a patient? If you must worry, then worry about winning. Why worry about germs? When you come home, bring tales and stories. Why bring in germs?
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
You left so many words unsaid.
How life is this crowd? With Tom Tom, no Lily. Let's do this.
Stay confident and stay focused. Breathe for it with Tom Tom.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins, so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Strengthener.
The new Harpic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just one sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow! Lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave. Cube, endless possibilities.
They asked me how I came this far. I told them I had to sweat. Sweat is chasing your dream. Sweat is never giving up. Sweat is action, but can also bring germs. That's why I use Dettol Cool Soap with 5 degrees cooling sensation. Summer heat brings body odor, but Dettol Cool protects you from 99.9% of illness-causing germs and keeps you fresh.
The National Examinations Council, NECO, has officially released the 2024 Senior School Certificate Examination SSCE external results, with 57 mathematics representing 67.35%. Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of NECO, Professor Anthony Ibrahim Mushishi, who released the results at the headquarters of the council in Minna, says the external examination recorded a reduction in malpractice by 27.7%. Fatima Osman reports.
The release of the 2024 External Senior School Certificate Examination SSCE, designed to cater for candidates seeking to remedy their results to enable them gain admission into various tertiary institutions within and outside the country, is coming 62 days after the last paper was written. Of the 8,699 candidates sat for the examination.
It is my pleasure to declare the 2024 SSE external result released. The number of candidates who got 5 credits and above, including English language and mathematics, is 57,135%. Also, 70,711 candidates, representing 83.39%, got 5 credits and above, irrespective of English language.
The NECO boss, who announced the release of the 2025 digitalized staff annual posting conducts.
7 supervisors were recommended for blacklisting for poor supervision. 10 centers were blacklisted for their involvement in whole central malpractice in 9.
On NECO official website, using their examination registration numbers. In Minna, I am Fatima Usman, NTA News.
In a remarkable display of philanthropy, the Haladu Dano Foundation has brought significant developments to rural village in Dutse local government area of Jigawa State. Executed transformative projects aimed at improving the socio-economic conditions of the community. Awal Muhammad reports.
The foundation's recent intervention in rural village, the hometown of its founder Nasiru Haladu, and improving lives across communities through interventions in health, education.
Immediate community are going to be supported, are going to be empowered, are going to be enlightened educationally so that they can go in line with the current practices.
Members of the rural community expressed their gratitude, applauding the foundation of the Haladu Dano Foundation as a token of appreciation for the impactful initiatives. In Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazaure, NTA News.
Let's join Benny for business news.
Thank you, Lami. And talking business, as conversations on Africa's economic growth takes a center stage in Addis Ababa, Minister of Africa's economic growth takes a center stage in Addis Ababa. Minister of Trade and Investment says Nigeria is ready to take on the rest of Africa as digital trade champions.
You know that the AfCFTA agreement is one that is unique for Africa. Apart from the digital trade protocol, it's one that focuses on youth-led businesses, it focuses on women-led businesses, it focuses on MSMEs, which is where it focuses on women-led businesses, it focuses on MSMEs, which is where the continent is dominant. And so that agreement, overhauling it with all the stakeholders to make sure that the businesses are aware of what they can do and to handhold them through that process so they can export. We've also made a spirited bid for the AfrexIM International to begin the celebration very closely, all agencies and with the Lagos State government, and we believe that we gave a spirited...
Well, still talking in the red. Call it the color of the day, but not quite good for investors already in the market. This is as sell-offs trigger 698 billion naira loss. But in other markets in Africa, it is gain. Looking at the South Africa top 40, same for Tunisia Tune Index, where it's also a positive end at the end of Valentine's Day with 0.24%, up 10,323.47 basis points. This is it on business.
Thank you, Benny. Now, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is optimistic about a bumper harvest of wheat this season and expected to reduce the need for wheat imports. This positive outlook comes in the wake of President Tinubu's intervention, during which agricultural inputs were provided to farmers at subsidized prices across all wheat-producing states. Musa Baba.
In Kazaure, Jigawa State is chilly and windy, creating an ideal environment for wheat plants to thrive and yield a plentiful harvest. And these farmers are irrigating their fields and removing unwanted weeds, while birds soar above, searching for insects to eat. The farmers are part of more than 60,000 who joined the federal government's wheat production initiative. Abdullahi Dogo informed me that the wheat see bountiful harvest. Dogo is not alone. All the farmers who benefited from the program in Jigawa State have a success story to share.
The federal government seed, it is germinated well. With normal recommendation, it will germinate more.
In Kano, more than 20,000 wheat farmers have received support in the form of are thriving, leading to a high expectations of a bountiful harvest at the end of the season. Abdullahi Ishaku, National Agricultural Seed Council of Nigeria, informed me that the agency certified all the seeds provided to farmers prior to planting.
Even the seed companies play a great role this time around, because they were able to establish a good number of fields which are very good and fantastic, supervised and inspected by the staffs of National Agricultural Seed Council.
The wheat revolution is being carried out as part of the National Agricultural Growth Scheme and Agro Pocket of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. It is believed that $1.9 billion, which it currently spends annually on importing the crop. From Kano, Musa Baba.